Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Set here once again. You're listening to the Apocalyptic Optimath channel, of course. And what we're going to talk about here is the Wheel of Fortune. Why the Wheel of Fortune? To me, the tarot card Wheel of Fortune is very closely related to Lucifer. Lucifer is the Wheel of Fortune. Or you can say that you are the Wheel of Fortune, but most people haven't gone to the level of the Wheel of Fortune. Give me a second here. Yeah. Okay. So I just wanted to look up which number is the tarot Wheel of Fortune. The number 10th. The 10th card, another number of completion, 5 times 5, 2 times 5, 5 plus 5. The number of completion, 10, mostly closely related to number 11, because number 0 does not exist. But we're going to keep it at 10 because 10 is a unholy number. And we want unholy things in the Apocalyptic Optimath channel. 11 being a heaven, 11 meaning heaven. But heaven is just the shirt that you put on every morning. You are heaven. I am heaven. So a lot of people miss the boat because they think that they're supposed to reach heaven, and they're not aware that the heaven that they are looking for is within them. Just like the tarot card, the 10th card, a lot of people do not reach that card. The Wheel of Fortune is a God card, and this is why I say this is a Luciferian card, because everything that is unholy is Luciferian, and being a god or proclaiming yourself as being a god or God itself is Luciferian in essence. It's demonic, right? Diabolical, demonized. So that sort of mindset is demonized in the eyes of the clergy and everything that is Catholic. So you are the Wheel of Fortune, or some people are the Wheel of Fortune, people that are jack of all trades and master of none, dare I say. It's important to, when you are ascending, when you are in apotheosis, it's important to harness that energy. And how do you harness that sort of energy? By wholly and completely being yourself, unapologetically, meaning in some days you will wake up more artistic than others. Some days you will be more positive, some days you will be more negative, and to let yourself flow, to let yourself in that flow state, in that wolf state, that flow state, you can achieve this Wheel of Fortune kind of characteristic about you, where you one day you may be somebody's chance, and another day you may be somebody's downfall, right? And it's okay to be like that, and it's normal to be like that. That's when you achieve that sort of mastery of the letting go of the ego, the letting go of thyself. Not really the ego. The ego is still there, but it's part of your will. It's part of your house of will. You can call the Wheel of Fortune a house of will too. Wheels too. I think I said that wrong grammatically, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. So I think you're supposed to say wheelhouse and not house of wheels. It's a wheelhouse. Um, so when you let yourself be and you are just being, um, you are enacting your Wheel of Fortune energy, which is a passive state. It's always in the background. It's in your subconscious. You just let it happen as it's supposed to be happen. That means you say what you think and you feel and you let yourself feel what you're supposed to feel. This is a Wheel of Fortune attitude, especially if you're path working within that Wheel of Fortune energy, which not a lot of people do. It's very rare to it's very rare. It's very it's very rare to find someone that is in his Wheel of Fortune energy. And it's called the Wheel of Fortune for a good reason, because people like us tend to be able to siphon you through a better path towards success, whichever is your success. Or maybe you're just looking for an answer, or maybe you're just looking for an answer, maybe you're just looking for something to do. Well, sometimes you have people in your life that are kind of like wheels of fortune, and you kind of trust those people to give you some kind of insight on the next possible convenient move to take. So this is Wheel of Fortune energy. Also, and it's important to see Lucifer as a Wheel of Fortune too, because he's not just one thing, and nobody really is just one thing. If you want a cold-blooded demon, you can find it. If you want a James Bond, Mr. Suave, martini drinking good dude, you can find him too. If you want a Zen master, you can find a Zen master. If you want a Buddhist, you'll find a Buddhist. Whatever you want to find, Lucifer is kind of like a little bit like a genie, or as I like to call him, Santa Claus, with a bag of gifts, right? But some of these gifts are not your gifts. Some of these gifts are actually his. And when you're mentioning his gifts, when you're aware of his gifts and his talent, now you're entering the house of wheels. You're entering the house of fortune, right? And you spin that wheel. And how do you spin the wheel? Well, spinning the wheel would be you wanting to work with him on a certain level, on a certain path. So anybody that works with Lucifer and that does, I don't know, like black magic, right, is because they chose to. That doesn't mean that Lucifer is specifically made for black magic. That doesn't mean that you are specifically made for black magic. It depends on what people want. It depends on what you want. It depends on what people want. So I think I've said enough secrets here, and I'm going to stop it right here. And if anybody has any questions, please write it down in the description. It'll be my pleasure to answer you. Have a good one. Peace out.